Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. And we are all welcome to the second session of the NHuB Entrepreneurship Workshop Edition 1. We had our very first session with Miss Maria Majidi yesterday, and it was very insightful. And today we continue, and actually we end today as well. So we're about to learn a lot as well. So please, in the next 4 minutes, kindly invite your friends and then tell them that we're about to begin. We'll start at exactly 5 p.m. So kindly share the link to your friends and in your groups and tell them that we're about to begin. Yeah, see you at 5.
Can we sing it out? Oh, tell me, oh, just tell me, oh, just is Jesus plus nothing. Hey, oh, tell me, oh, Jesus plus nothing. No handkerchief, no holy water. One more time. Oh, tell me, oh, hey, just yes, sir. You are sufficient for me. The Jesus that I have is enough for me. She prays it. This Jesus that I know. Oh my God, Maradabaha. This Jesus that I know. This Jesus that I've heard. This Jesus that I know. Jesus that I know is enough for me. You are enough for I know. You are enough for. You are enough for me. You are enough. You are enough for. You are enough. You are enough for. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough for me. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough for me. You are enough for. You are enough for me. 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 You are more than enough for me. You are 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 enough. You are enough for. You are enough for me. This Jesus that I know. This Jesus that I know. This Jesus that I know. It's enough for me. You are more than life to me. You are everything and more. You are the treasure that I have in your arms. Truly satisfied. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with Jesus. I'm satisfied. Can you make a joyful noise? Satisfied. I said make a joyful noise. Hallelujah.
Hello, good evening. Once again, it's exactly 5 o'clock by my time. You are welcome again to this evening's session. I hope we all have a great time. Kindly let's put our expectations in the chat, or if you also want to raise your hand and speak, I'll call you to do that. But before that, I'd like us to take the opening prayer. Let us pray. Father, we are grateful for this evening and we are grateful for this program. We thank you for success yesterday, and we pray that as we continue today, that you continue to guide us, you continue to be with us. We commit the speakers into your hands, and we commit the participants as well as organizers into your hands. And we pray that whatever we learn this evening, we will practice it. In Jesus' name, I pray with thanksgiving. Amen. Kindly, let's put our expectations in the chat box, or if you also want to, say your expectations out loud, I will call you to do so. Okay, whilst we are doing that, I'd like to call Mr. Abednego Ehurain to give us the purpose of this meeting.
All right, thank you very much, Ella. Yeah, hello. I hope I'm audible.
Mr. Abednego, yes, you are, but we can I can hear like an echo.
Okay. You're all welcome once again to this evening's session of the NHuB Entrepreneurship Workshop. And frankly speaking, today was awesome, and I believe that today is going to be amazing. So those of you who just joined us, kindly get your book and your pen, get seated, and then write down everything our speakers are going to share with us this evening. Do well to ask all your questions. Do well to also invite a friend to join us for this final session that we are going to have. Yeah, and I believe that every insight that will be shared here this evening would take us a very long way. Thank you very much, and let's enjoy this session. Ella, take over. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Abednego. Okay, Rachel Owusu Amponsa, can you please kindly share your expectations for this evening session with us? Hello, Rachel. Hello. Okay. And please, is there anyone who wants to do that for us before we continue, please? Let me see. Ezekiel Nyamasem. Please, would you like to share your expectation with us?
Network.
We can hear you. You can go on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Please, I didn't get the question. Please, what did you say?
I said you should share your expectations for this evening's session with us. Hello. Ezekiel, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Please, it's not clear. Hello.
Okay. Don't worry, it's fine. You can put your expectations in the chat box. Anyway, I think we should head right into it. So our very first speaker is Mr. Shadrach Ehurain. He has over 11 years of experience in commercial and personal banking. Mr. Shadrach Ehurain brings deep expertise in financial management, ethics, and investment strategies. Currently serving as a relationship manager at Cal Bank Limited, Takwa. He plays a pivotal role in managing and growing the bank's income from commercial clients, proving that strong relationships and smart financial planning go hand in hand. Mr. Ehurain holds a master's in business and technology management, finance and investment from the University of Mines and Technology, and a bachelor's in geography and resource development from the University of Ghana. He also holds additional qualifications in Human Resource Management, ICM UK, alongside certifications in ethics, financial planning, and customer relationship management. His excellence has been recognized with multiple Star Performer Awards at Fidelity in McOtley, marking him as a professional who leads with both skill and integrity. Wow. Please, let's welcome Mr. Shadrach Ehurin with a round of reactions.
All right. Thank
Hello.
you, Emmanuel. Please, can
Yes,
you hear
you're
me?
welcome. Yes, please.
All right. Thank you very much. And I thank you to NHuB for giving me this opportunity to share some of my experiences, and again to the organizers as well. All right. Thank you. Please, can I share my screen?
Yes, please, you can go ahead.
All right. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Good evening once again, and thank you for giving me this platform. Today we are going to look at financial fitness for startups as one of the strategy for NHuB to build up the various entrepreneurs on this platform. For every startup, you need to gather some momentum, and you have to get financial muscles to move your business. This evening, I was just given only 30 minutes, and the topic given me is more than 30 minutes, but I'll try and combine everything, especially with the financial fitness, and maybe talks more about the management system as time goes on. And I'll be happy if another session will be organized for the entrepreneurs to have the management system that scales their business. I'll be very happy, and I'll be there to assist. All right, so every business strive or thrive when he or she is financially fit. And when we talk about financial fitness, or why financial fitness matters, it's because of one, sustainability. In order for you to be able to sustain your business, you need to build your financial muscles. And it will interest you to know that about 90% of startups in the world usually fail due to poor financial management, which reduces their financial muscles to their business. Again, the reason why financial fitness matters is to foster growth and also increases investors' confidence. And as your business grows, people will come to you to invest in their business. And an investor will come when you have the financial muscles to run the business. And lastly, having a financial muscles or financial fitness prevents chaos during rapid expansion. Because if you have that muscles, you put your processes and procedures in place to welcome in expansion. Other than that, if you expand without these muscles, trust me, there will be chaos in the business. What it means, or what financial fitness means. All right, for me, I've jotted some few points down what it actually means to me, and I'll be happy maybe if you take note of that. Number one is transparency. Financial fitness means being transparent as a business owner. Be transparent, especially with your financial data. So transparency is real-time access to what? Financial data. And when we talk about financial data, it has four main quadrants for financial data. Meaning, if you want to be transparent, you need to be real. You need to have access to real time to financial data. And this four quadrant includes the cash position. You need to be transparent about your cash position as a business owner or as an entrepreneur. And usually, cash position is the total amount of cash you have at your disposal, either bi-weekly or bi-monthly, in order for you to seize opportunity that comes your way. Because without cash, you won't be able to seize certain opportunities that will come your way or that will show up. And the second on the financial data is for you to have your sales versus target. So for you to be transparent, you need to have access to your sales, to your target. Usually, there is a target for every business. You need to set target for yourself as a businessman. You need to set sales target for yourself. Aside the main target, you need to set sales target for yourself. You need to track this to show how much you have made in sales against target to make, or against the target you set yourself, to make an informed decisions, an informed decision. And usually this decision will help you to move your business from one stage to another. So you being transparent, or you being transparency means having access to real-time financial data. And I've made mention of two quadrants on the financial data. That's, you need to have your cash position, know it and track it. You need to have your sales, your sales versus targets. You need to set a target for yourself and monitor it keenly in order for you to expand or move the business. The third one is your receivables. That's on the financial data, your receivables. Your receivables are monies yet to be paid by your customers. Monies yet to be paid by your customers. And this financial data will include that receivables. And the lastly is the critical metrics. Critical metrics means how many leads have you generated this week or this month? What is your customer retention rate? What's your customer, your conversion rate after the lead? And these are the information that will serve as your data, especially the financial data. So in order for you to be financially fit, you need to have access to this data I just spoke about. Secondly, for you to be financially fit means to be accountable. As a business owner, you should own the business. Aside you owning the business, you are a startup, and you don't have to leave everything for your employees. You need to take ownership and control the business. Trust me, if we're able to control the business, you increase or prevent or improve upon your financial fitness, as I talked about. And financial fitness also means you being efficient. So as a startup, you need to automate your processes, especially with your recurring expenditures, with your recurring payments. You track your expense and also write a report. And with this financial data, you can do it. So if you passes through these processes, trust me, your muscles will be tough. And lastly, financial fitness means being scalable. Scalable means having systems in place to grow with a business, especially building the financial infrastructures. And I'm happy my senior Bobson is here, and I think most of you can contact him for him to help you in building that financial infrastructure, especially with the accounting tools, such as the QuickBooks, Power BI, etc. Bobson will be there to assist. All right, so let's look at some common startup financial challenges most of us face when we are starting our business. Yeah, hello, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, please, you are.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, all right. So let's look at
Yes.
some of the common setup challenges that most of us faces when we are setting up our business, or we've already set up our business. Number one on the list is poor cash flow management. This is very serious among us. So when you talk about cash flow, usually it's what is coming into the business and what is going outside the business. And we are looking at in terms of the cash. Okay. So in all, cash flow management is a process of monitoring. One, you have to monitor. Two, you have to analyze. Three, you have to optimize the movement of cash in and out of the business in order for you to ensure a liquid asset to meet short-term obligations. Okay, so you need to monitor and optimize the cash ins and the cash outs, especially. And the key aspects include forecasting future cash needs. So in order for you to avoid or to have a cash flow management, you need to have a forecast future cash needs. Secondly, you need to track all your incomes and expenditure and manage your receivables and payables. As I already talked about the receivables, you need to also monitor the payables. Why is it important for you to have a cash flow management system as a startup? First of all, it will help you to avoid disruptions. So disruptions in cash in terms of cash flow shortage. You know, most of the big companies on paper, they are profitable. But when you drill down to their cash flow, you see that they are not even able to even pay their bills on time. And most of the big companies are facing the same challenges. And I think if you are a startup, you need to pay attention to your cash flow management system. Secondly, having a cash flow management system as a startup will support growth for the business because it will provide a liquid assets needed to invest in new opportunities and expand the business. Thirdly, it also reduces risk, especially financial risk, by ensuring there is always enough cash available for daily expenses, debt payment, and other contingencies. How can one optimize a cash flow management system, especially the cash in? I'm talking about the cash inflows. You know, we have the cash inflows and the cash outflows. So we are looking at the cash inflows. First of all, if you are operating under FMCGs, that's fast-moving consumable goods, and you have a wholesale, you are starting a retail, something buying and selling, you need to invoice promptly. So you send correct invoices and follow up to ensure payments are being done as early as possible. And another point for you to optimize your cash inflows is to improve your payment terms. So you have to negotiate for faster payment from customers. Some of us, when we venture into this industry, we give our customers 3 weeks, 4 weeks before they bring them money. No. So you look at your receivables days and your payable days, the one that will be okay for you to embark on. And usually we recommend that it shouldn't be more than 2 weeks as a startup, so that you have your money on time to buy another goods. So let's come to optimizing or managing your cash outflows too as well. So with the cash outflow, you need to negotiate with your suppliers, since you are spending. So most of their outflows are spending, they're your expense. So you need to negotiate with them to have a flexible payable time as a startup. You don't have to buy everything maybe on cash. At times, you need to negotiate for credit as well to help you as a startup to prevent this challenge I'm talking about. And also, you need to control your spending as a startup. So you have to implement a budget. I've been preaching about this budget for a while now, and most of you who have joined this particular webinar will attest to it. Budget is on my heart. So as a startup, you need to control your spending by having a budget and closely monitoring your expenses. All right, thank you. And the second common mistake or challenge is poor cost management. Poor cost management. Some of the startups, they embark in a very high cost, especially in terms of the fixed cost. You know, the cost, we have fixed cost and the variable cost. And usually variable cost, it varies in terms of demand, in terms of purchasing power, and the volume of business. So example, maybe if you are buying or you are selling a book, you buy those books based on your income. So if today you've purchased, let's say, 100 books, which cost, let's say, 1,000 Ghana cedis, maybe next week you buy another 50 books, that will cost you 500, meaning your cost has increased from 1,000 to 1,500. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. So for the variable cost, it depends on your purchasing power. So here I'm focusing on the fixed cost. Fixed cost in terms of rent, because some of the startups, they will go and rent an apartment. And you know, an apartment, a store, the person will take 4 years or maybe a year. Bear in mind that particular moment is a fixed cost to you. And as the startup, I will advise maybe you start something small from your house to avoid that particular fixed cost. So trust me, if you have this fixed cost, irrespective of what you make, if you make a profit, if you make a loss, you still pay. You have to pay. Otherwise, you'll be thrown out from the apartment or from the store. So as a startup, you need to manage your costs very well and stay away from the fixed cost if you're a startup and your muscles are not strong enough. Every startup should conserve resources, not to run out of capital. Every startup should conserve resources, not to run out of capital, in order to buy your time to run your business. Every startup should tie costs to the volume of business you are doing. Meaning, you know, your capital is 1,000. You don't have to go and rent a store or an apartment that will cost you 1,500. And you come to zero. So please, that's what I'm saying, that every startup should tie its cost or cost of production or cost of everything to the volume of business you are doing. Variable costs is more flexible compared to a fixed cost. If business is good, variable cost will increase because you have the money to pay, but it's bad if it reduces. Okay, so even though at times variable cost would be good to you, but if the cost of the variable cost increases, your profit reduce, thereby reduces your capital as well. Third one is no real-time financial data, and I think this one I've already explained it. My previous slide, no real-time financial data. You need to have that. And lastly, some of the mistake or the challenge is unclear metrics for growth. Unclear metrics for growth or profitability. You need to have, and this one I think I've also explained under the financial data, whereby you need to have your KPIs, you need to have your quadrant, your You need to have your cash position, your sales versus target, your receivables, your critical metrics, as I talked about. Now, building a financial management system. Here, I think during my presentation, I made mention that this one it's into details, and you need to get time to have this financial management system into details. And I know NHuB will create additional section where we have this in details. And as I said, my senior Bobson is here, and he will assist when some of you or you are interested in knowing much about the cloud-based accounting, that the QuickBooks and so on. So building a financial management system, first of all, step one, you need to establish your core financial infrastructures. As I talked about, use the cloud-based accounting, the QuickBooks, the Zero, etc. And again, you need to centralize your invoices, your payroll, and expenses as well. Set up an internal control and approval process. As a startup, don't give everything to your employees, or don't give everything to those that you've immediately employed to work for you. You need to take in charge, centralize your invoice, set up an internal control processes and approval processes as well. And the second step is to automate early. I know you are starting up, but I will encourage you to start using these infrastructures to help. If you automate early, you'll be able to track your expenses, you'll be able to track your payment, everything, your invoices and your reporting as well. And if you practice this, you'll be different from other startups in the same industry. Now, let's look at some takeaways from all the presentations, the presentation I've made so far. One, I'm saying that financial fitness is not a mindset. Financial fitness is it's a mindset, not just a software. So it starts from your mind. As a startup, you need to put things in order. Not you getting the softwares and stuff. No, you need to start from your mind. You need to plan very well to achieve what I've talked about. Secondly, you need to start small as a startup, so that you can build a strong foundation. Okay, so start gradually and you move on to expand the business. Thirdly, you need to automate, as I rightly said, early enough as a startup. And lastly, you need to scale financial systems with business growth in mind. For me to conclude, I'm saying that where there is no budget on how money should be spent, mismanagement of finances is inevitable. Always spend with a budget as a startup. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shadrach. And please let's appreciate him with a round of reactions. Yes, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate you, and we've really learned a lot. And kindly, if you have questions, you can leave them in the chats and I will read them out. Also, you can also wait when we are done with this and with the next speaker, we will take questions for both the speakers. And so introducing our next speaker. Our next speaker is Mr. Godfred Bobson. He's a seasoned chartered accountant, finance professional, tax consultant, business coach, and entrepreneur with over 15 years of extensive experience in the mining and service industries. A proud member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants, ICAG, and the Institute of Internal Auditors, IIA, both in Ghana and globally. He exemplifies integrity, excellence, and a deep commitment to financial governance and strategic business growth. He holds an MBA in finance from the University of Cape Coast and a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Ghana, Legon. Currently, he serves as the managing partner at Gap Consult, providing strategic advisory services in finance, taxation, and business development. He also manages the Anglo Gold Ashanti Prim Community Trust Fund, leading impactful community initiatives and sustainable socioeconomic progress. With a passion for empowering individuals and organizations, Mr. Bobson brings a wealth of expertise and inspiration this evening to us. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Bobson with a round of reactions. Thank you so much. Mr. Bobson, please, you're welcome.
Thank you, Yuma, for your introduction. I'm grateful. I'm happy that tonight I'm part, and I have to highlight the things that will help you to create a multiple streams of income. I want to thank the team, organizers, the leader for such for the introduction that you brought me into, where he mentioned out my name several times, that people should consult me in terms of some of the accounting softwares and programs or applications for their work. So, shout out thanks so much too. As you mentioned, my name is Godfrey Bobson. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a business coach. I'm a tax consultant. I have a lot of things I do. So this topic suits my role in today's session. I'm managing partner of Gap Consult, so I carry my brand as Gap Consult. As I said, I'm my T-shirt of Gap Consult. After Friday event, everything is about Gap Consult. So I want to let you know that look, you can't only focus on one thing. You need to focus on how to make money, and that's the reason why you're here. Those who want to follow me on the social media, you can follow me on LinkedIn at Godfrey After Boxing. Godfrey After Boxing on LinkedIn and the Gap Consult as well. Then you can just go on our website and see some of the trainings that we do and some services that we provide as Gap Consult company. So this evening structure of presentation will look at what is a multiple streams of income. What is it? What is that? What is it? And that's the question everybody will ask, or you have heard it, or what it entails. Then we look at the types of multiple income streams, and then we look at the strategies of creating multiple income streams. What are the benefits? Does it come with challenges? Yes, it does. I'll give some tips in maintaining a multiple income.
Hello, Mr. Bobson. It seems we are struggling to hear you. I think your voice is quite low.
Effectively, and then please can you switch again?
Hello.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's better now.
Yes, please.
Okay, so the structure of our presentation will focus on the purpose and what it is when you say multiple streams of income. We look at the types, what strategies are to be used to create a multiple income streams. We look at the benefit, challenges, and multiple income streams. And then we look at the tips to maintain the multiple income streams effectively. And then we create room for questions and comments from you. Before I zoom into what it is, I remember when I went to university, I attended University of Ghana, Legon, as you mentioned. I decided to go into other business as a student. And then I remember in 2005, they introduced this policy, what we call the in, out, out, in, which is first year student will have the traditional horse. The second and third year student will have to go out of the campus and get their own accommodation. And then the final year student will have to get accommodation. Those who have heard of the story where students were went on demonstration against that policy. I don't know if it's still there, but that was the policy that they brought out. And some of us took advantage of that policy and also made money out of it. You know, in our time, students were allowed to buy bed in terms of those looking for traditional hall beds to buy, and others also want to sell their beds because they want to be in the hostels. So I myself and my friend said, okay, then we'll be an agent. Those students who are looking for bed will come and register with us. Those who want to sell their beds will register, and we help the transaction to go on work. And out of that, I was making some money when I was on campus. So beginning of every semester is a big business for me. People were looking for me. I want a bed. I'm selling my bed. And in all the traditional halls, at the time, you have the Commonwealth, the Kwafu halls, and those things. I also realized that there was an opportunity for me also to look at the business. business of rental of bus hiring. Students want to go to excursion at Akusumbo, Matavajato, Cape Coast, or other places in Ghana. And I realized that students struggle to get buses. So I have to team up with other guys to get bus drivers from Circle, Nopra bus station. And then we did an advert on campus. When you're looking for buses, you come to us, we get you the bus, a very nice bus, we charge you. As we charge you, we put our margins on it. The drivers also give us a commission. So these are types of stream of income I mentioned about. So when I say streams of income, it's not something far away from us. We can create it ourselves. So now let's look at what is a multiple streams of income. By definition, it says that different streams using one skill set or many. So you can, for instance, you can be a lawyer to make your cases. As well as a lawyer, you can be teaching law in some institutions in Ghana here. So being at the courtroom, make money out of clients. At the same time, you also teach as a lawyer. You can also provide services in terms of not only in courtroom, but documentation, dispute resolution, and other stuff. So it's another form of making. So one skill you are using as such. You can be an accountant. You have been employed as an accountant in a company, but you can also teach accounting or finance in the university or in the senior high school, or can organize professional classes for people. You can also use that one to provide services to others on weekends or after working hours, and you can make money. You can be a teacher as well. Though you teach in an established school, you can still have your private classes with other people, professional classes with others, and also make money. You can also be electrician, employed in a company, but after work, you can still provide that service to others to make it. So one skill you can use it in getting money, or you can have several skills. Some can be an accountant at the same time, they can be public speech, they can be speakers for events or others. So we can look at those aspects of it. Multiple streams of income refer to strategy of generating earnings from various sources rather than relying solely on a single paycheck or income channel. Some people, right after university, their aim is to get a white-collar job, get a work at the mining sector or banking sector or some other company or service industry, and that is all they want. That at the end of the month, you give them money, you pay them, you give them their check, you pay their money to the account, they take their salaries, yeah, okay. This even, I'm encouraging you that you should think beyond that. You shouldn't rely solely on your paycheck. When I say paycheck, it's your salaries or allowances. You should look at other means of getting money. You can even end up having one shop that you sit and you think you'll be comfortable in that shop. Why don't you look at other options? Why don't you explore other opportunities in order to make money? There are numerous ways to generate multiple streams of income. There are. As I mentioned to you, as a student, I started thinking of that thing. So what other things that I can do to generate money on campus? Right after university, what other things can I do? The first one is employment income. Yes, you can have multiple work. Some people work for some hours and they take their money. They can be consultants, or based on their skills or the specialization that they have, they provide some work for you, maybe a week. They take their income, they take their money and they are gone. They go to other companies, do the same thing, and they are gone. Some also depend on wages. Some also depends on commissions. I know a lady who works as a banker and also works as a marketing consultant to a company. So what she does that the company be anything she does and she able to get client for the company, she gets some commission on it. So she's given a target there. So she does not work physically in that company. Remotely as a banker, she also provides that service to make some commission. So that becomes a part-time business. Some also decide to have it a full-time. They do not want to assign or subscribe to one company. Maybe they have 2 or 3 companies that they're working with, and they tell them, look, if I get to this target, I'll get my commission. Maybe into real estate, into branding or something, or any other thing that can make them money. You can also look at the professional service fees. As lawyers, as I mentioned, yes, they can be lawyers who have been going to the court to handle cases or settle cases for clients. They can also be teachers or teaching law in other institutions. They can also provide services to other people which are not in the courtroom. The accountant as such, we can also look at that. You can be an engineer. I know of somebody who is a electrical engineer. He has his own company that's workers of his company who are building houses and who ask them to come and do some electrical work. He takes that contract and he sends his guys to do those work for them. And he charges them for that because his fees or his charges are lesser than taking somebody outside him. We can also look at business ownership. So you can start thinking of operating a store. You can have your shop and then you start selling things there. You can look at online shop, which is a common thing. Currently, the TikTok is raining. People are using the TikTok to do a lot of businesses. So you can have your items in your room, and all that you do is you go on TikTok live, show out your items, tell them prices, tell them the importance of the things that you are selling. You can use the Instagram live, you can use the Facebook live, you can use the YouTube to do that. And you can also provide service-based business. Some people have their small kitchen and they are providing a catering services to other companies in Takwaya and Ghana. You have a small kitchen, but when you order for food, they'll prepare it and then they'll bring it to you nicely. I met a lady in the ministry some years ago. All that she does was to go around the offices and ask the ladies there if you want to buy some things from Mokola. Because of the traffic situation in Accra, people don't want to leave their offices and be in the traffic and then go out and get tomatoes, pepper, and those stuff. So this lady took advantage. She's a degree holder, and she took advantage of that to provide that service, where he goes to office and asks them, what do you want? And then they tell you, okay, we want tomato, we want this, we want that. You put it together, you give it to dispatch the motor riders, and they go and buy the items and they bring at a fee. And this one was making good money out of it. We can also look at the creating digital products, selling of ebooks. Some of you can write very well. Why don't you write some books, publish it on your social media handles, and then people looking for those books, and then you sell to them. Or you look at Amazon, you subscribe to them, you put your book there. If they review and they accept it, approve it, then you can able to sell the books. You can do some courses. Some do online courses. Currently, people are doing this financial courses online. People are calling them for services. Some are also doing other courses in terms of marketing, in terms of lifestyle. There's a lady I watch on Joy News where she prepares different meals and different food, and people call her. She started that on using the digital platform to do it. We can also look at the rental income, where you can be lucky that you have properties. Maybe you have a shop or maybe you have a building. Why don't you rent it out to make some money? So it's another way of making money. You can be working as an engineer, you have a shop, your mommy has given you a shop. Why don't you rent that shop out? And then make some money out on it on either annually or monthly or quarterly or some years that you want to charge. Then you can also look at the equipment. Some people get some money, save some money, and then you buy some machine and rent it out. There's this machine, is it Mesa, those they use for concrete. A friend of mine told me that he has 5 of them, and almost every weekend he doesn't know where they are because people renting them to places to do concrete work, and he's making good money out of that. Though he's an accountant, but that's the machines he's giving out as rent. And then you can look at vehicle. I wonder why young men will want to buy, or young men or young ladies will want to buy 2 cars, park at their houses, and show it off to friends that have 2 cars, have 3 cars. Why don't think of going to transportation business? Some can even think of doing the cash and how do you call it? Work and pay, where you give to somebody to pay over years or months, and then the person takes the vehicle at the end of the period, you make some good money out of it. You can give it out as a trotro or something, and it's a very good business. All that you need to put a system that I think Shadrach mentioned some of the systems. If you put a system that controls, then you'll be able to see good money. Then you look at the royalties aspect of it. And then intellectual property such as music. Some of you are very good to sing. I always see ladies telling me that they can sing very well, and all that they end up is only singing in the church. Why don't you start singing? Get from somebody to produce you, or somebody to edit your content, and then put it on the social media and make good money out of that. If you can write books, why don't you start writing books? Besides being an engineer, being an accountant, being a medical officer, or being a nurse, and you can write, why don't you start writing books? Then you sell those books around and then patent. So these are the things we can look at. These are the types of things we can look at. So let's zoom into the strategies for creating multiple income streams. The first one is start a side business. So you can be a worker, but now start thinking about what business can I do? Scan the environment, understand the environment. What are the problems in the society that you can take advantage to resolve to make out of money? When I finished school, I realized that IT was something that was coming up, technology. Everybody was looking for computers. So right after university, I started selling computers, laptops. You see me going around banks, offices, telling people, look, I want to have some laptops here. Maybe I have one or two. I'll sell it quickly. I'll go to Accra, go and get another one. I'll come and give to somebody, and then sell pen drives. You know, those type pen drives, and CD was feeding out, so pen drives were coming in. So I started this side business with the laptop, which I still run as a called Boctec Analytic. So it was a business beside being an accountant. Then I said, okay, let me scan another. I realized that, look, people have issues when it comes to accounting issues. You know, especially those in Tapa and Western region, most entrepreneurs will have issues in terms of taxation. So why don't I start some business around it? Then I start thinking about side business apart from what you do. So scan the environment, scan the society, see what you can do to make some money. If you have to sell things, you sell it. A lady told me some story that her friends were always going to buy their underwears from Marseille and Accra, nice ones. She took advantage of that, and then she go there, gets the items, and bring to them and sell it at a good price. Out of blue, now she has shops that sells this thing. Now she sells perfumes and other stuff. Start thinking about those things. So it's not about you are waiting for someone to tell you this is a business. Look at opportunities in the society. Look at the opportunities in the communities. What can I do to make money out of it? Can I start some business? And then if it is farm business, yes, you start. Agro business, you start. Look, a story was told that a man realized that people do not have farm input. Every time they have to wait for government to bring the input, or they have to wait other people to bring the input. Then he started selling fertilizers, and now he's one of the leading agro-business people in Takwa when she was a pharmacist. So please, let's start thinking about business as early as possible. Start with your core skill. You have a core skill or profession. You are an electrical engineer. For Christ's sake, your electrical engineer is not only for the mining company, it's not only for the company you work, it's for the services of others. So you can start thinking of, okay, can I create a business that on weekends I can go around and facing electrical issues for people. If it's a vehicle, can bring their vehicles to your home and do it. I know it's wrong that with the work that you do. If hours like Monday to Friday, but on weekends that you can do those things, why don't you do it? After 5, if somebody called you, oh, I have this electrical issue, mechanical issue, can't go and face it, and it's closer to and go home and sleep. Gather some students, start doing some private classes for them. If you are a professional, like an accountant, you can start teaching people accounting things, marketing, those stuff, and then you can make good money out of it. So let's start with our core skills that we have, the profession that we find ourselves, and then we start making money out of it. Rent out your assets. Don't buy assets and put it down. Make money out of it. If you have 2 vehicles, please, either 2 buildings or 3 buildings. I met a son in Tapradi. He has another house in Accra. If he doesn't go for a month, then the house is locked. Then I asked him, gentleman, this building you can rent it out and make some good money. He tried the one in Tapradi, and bam, he said, hey, there's a big money. As we see. So let's start thinking about renting out our properties, which we think you can do it. Buy some machines, as I mentioned, somebody's using this concrete mesa, and then it's making good money. Some have bought Kia vehicles and they are rented out. Some have bought trotro. So let's think of those things. You can buy equipment that you can even rent to the mining companies. So let's start thinking about what asset can we rent it out? What rental properties can we go? Can you go into real estate? You have a good money in the bank. You don't see what you're using the money for. You're not earning so much on it. Why don't you go and buy an estate and rent it out? You can rent it out for 5 years and then sell it out. It's another way of making money. So let's think about those two. Invest for passive returns. Some of you, I know your risk level is low. You don't want to venture into something that will take your money away. You have other ventures that you can put your money into, treasury bills. Why do you keep your money in the savings account? Shadrach knows better than me. The savings and current account will not earn you so much. You have some product the bank sells, the fixed deposit, the treasury bills by the government. You can buy some of them for a year to 6 months, 182 days, 91 days bill. And then those money will earn some earnings for you, whilst your money will be there quietly. So let's think about those things that we can make money. You can even think of shares. So you can go to a Ghana Stock Exchange platforms, get some brokers to get you some shares from some of the well-doing companies, and then you make some money, some dividends at the end of every year. And probably you can also learn the market very well and see if, okay, where I need to sell my shares to have some capital gains. Why not? We look at all these things. And then the last one I'll create on this is create an digital asset. Now, the social media is a good avenue to make money. If you watch these funny videos on TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook that you watch and laugh, these guys are making good money out of this. They're making good dollars out of that. There's this TikTok influencer, I don't actually remember his name. I think it's an Italian, African and Italian. And how did you hear him speaking? But you see the content that he creates, and he's making good money of that thing. Out of that, he's now affiliated to some big institutions in the world. Ambassador of that, ambassador of this, ambassador, and that is a multiple income streams for him. So we shouldn't go on the social media and they just go and show us our beauty. Then especially ladies will go and do some makeups and they want to show the world that they are beautiful. No. Why don't you convert into something that you can make good money out of it? You can even sing. Can make some good music out of that. You can do some write-up and put it, the people will read it and they'll want to see what you are doing and they'll be calling you for business. Some women are selling their stuff there, especially when you go to the Kumasi market, the Idum and the Mokola, the women are selling most of the items through this online test. So please, let's create some digital asset for ourselves and make some good money. What are the benefits and challenges of this multiple income? It does have its own benefits as well as challenges. When you have a good income streams, or multiple income streams, the first benefit is that there's a financial stability and security. You do not depend on others to make money. You do not depend on your employer to pay you. I remember a client I spoke to some time ago said to me that he used to wait for 15 days in every month to get his salary. But because he had other businesses, when the company has not paid him, he's still able to survive. Some people, when a day passes from 30th or 31st to 1st or 2nd and the company has not paid, then there's an issue. Because the only way is the only money he gets is only that company. That's the check that he gets or the transfer he gets from the bank, a salary. But when you have other multiple businesses, look, your financial dependency becomes low. You don't depend on others. You have independence. You able to do things. If you want to even attend school, advance your education, you can start this multiple business and you can save part of this money to even further your education. I said to somebody that I did my master's with my laptop business. There's the profit I made out of my laptop business, what I used to pay my master's fees, my second degree fees. I never used my salary. Because every time I sell a laptop, the profit that I make on it, I put it aside. And then I reinvest the principal amount into the business. Until 2 years, 3 years, I will have a good profit. And I use that one to pay my master's or my second degree. Then it's also increase your wealth and savings. There's a simple rule. When you save very well, you are able to invest. If you don't save, you will not be able to invest. So start thinking about saving. When you are paid your salary, when you receive your monthly allowance, do not spend all. Keep part of the money somewhere, either in a business or in an investment, so that money will earn you something. When you are able to save, let's say a month, you save about 5,000 Ghana cedis, especially those in the mining sector, and you're getting good money. Now the dollar is going down, so some of them are starting crying. When you have any good money and you say, okay, I'm saving 5,000 every month. 5,000 times 12 is what? 60,000. 60,000 is very good money. You can even use that 60,000 to buy a property that you can rent it out after a year. So when you save, you're able to invest, and that's when you can grow your wealth over time. Look, the rich men that we hear their names saved a lot and invested wisely, and now they are making good returns out of their investment. You realize that in your area, cement, people are struggling to get cement. Why don't you get a small container, put in some few cement, get some normal cement, and then you start selling and make money out of it? We solve problems in society to make money. That is the trick. When COVID came, people were selling nose masks as high as 100 cedis, 200 cedis to make money. It was an issue then, but people made money out of that. So when there are problems, that is where you try to resolve it or solve it to make out money. So let's look at this. Then we look at opportunities for skills development. The more you engage in multiple income stream businesses, that is where your skills grow. For instance, you are an accountant. You are an accountant, and then you start teaching. You develop the skills of what? Teaching. You develop the skills of public speaking. You develop the skill of influencing others. So it becomes a skill that you will learn. If you're a medical doctor and you always sit at the consulting room, just writing medicines for people, diagnosing them, and you don't step out to tell people about diseases, tell people about medical issues, you will not be able to learn more. Because the more you engage people, the more you get the skills. You can have a shop in addition to your work that you do. Where every time you walk to the shop, you get to learn some skills in terms of marketing. Every time you go on digital platform to sell, you learn some skills that, okay, I need to learn my marketing communication, able to convince people to buy things from me. So it becomes a skill that you learn. So it gives opportunities for skill development. It increases networking and influence. Look, if you only work at the office and you sit there, all the people, your scope is only the people in your workspace. But when you are doing other stuff on weekends, maybe you are teaching. Look at the normal student that you meet every weekend. Look at the number of people that you meet them when you are selling your items, when you're on social media doing your stuff, selling your product, when you are into vehicle business, commercial vehicles business. See the number of people that you meet. So it gives you some networking and also gives an influence. For instance, if we're an accountant, and as Shadrach said, people want some accounting software or some accounting lessons for me. As soon as I meet that person become part of my network. So if I need something, I know this engineer. Can I contact him? Because some time ago, he called me to do this work. And then that becomes my network. Maybe I assisted somebody to set up his business somewhere, and the person is now big, and I need some favor in other places. I can rely on that person to influence that position for me to get. So it becomes more of your network expand. So now let's look at having this benefit in terms of increasing our network and then influence. It also comes with its own challenges. The first challenge is time management. All that I'm saying, look, it comes with stress. You need to have time for your business. You need to have time for your work. So you need to manage your time very well. Time management is a whole topic on this one. And I think the organizers of this program will have to find time, and I'm sure they will definitely do that. Look at time management for entrepreneurs. When you have multiple businesses, you need to apportion time. Time for, like for instance, I work somewhere. So Monday to Friday, between 7 and 5, my focus is on the work. After 5, I have to take some break for an hour. 6, 7 o'clock, I need to sit by my machine to provide accounting service to my clients. Weekends, I don't go to work. Weekends, I have to go to somewhere to do some training, go and meet a client to resolve a problem, solve some issues here. So I have my own timetable. Because when you don't manage your time, it becomes a stress and becomes sickness. You may be able to work and make good money, but you may fall sick and then you die. So you need to manage your time very well so that you don't get into trouble of sickness, stress, pressure, and those stuff. Initial investment. Initial investment is an issue to all entrepreneurs. Getting money of late is not easy, but when you start small, you can make it big. Save money to start business. If you want to start business, as Shadrach said, you can also look at credit basis, where you can talk to people to give you items. I remember when I started my laptop, I didn't have 1 cedi to start a laptop. I went to a shop in Accra and I told the person, look, when you give me 2 laptops within a week, I can sell it and give your money to you. And truly I did that because I need to work hard to move to 5 and then started moving on. So you need a capital to start your business. And that is where Shadrach mentioned. You don't have to go and get a staff from your room. Put your stuff in the room. I know a lady who sells underwear, ladies' wears, and those stuff. She started from a room. And then she started using the social media until she able to make good money. And then she had a shop. Some people start mechanic shops from their houses or small space. And when they're able to have the client base in place, then they look at it. So initial investment is a challenge. So start saving money, or try to be a credit-worthy person so that people can give their items to you on credit. Market risk. Some businesses you can start very well, but other economic factors can bring it down. I remember before the government haircut in terms of investment, I did a workshop on investment where we encourage participants to go into bonds. I remember 5 big men pushing their money into bonds. After 7 months, the government came out and mentioned that because of the IMF conditionalities, they have to put restriction on bonds. And these people wanted to take their money, and look, it became a whole issue. So we have a market risk. You can even start a business and you have your major client maybe one, and then the person may switch to other product and you may lose the person. It is a risk. Another risk is the economic risk. Look, you can buy items for somewhere at the price of this. I can use myself as an example. About 3 weeks ago, I bought laptops from China at the rate of 14.6 Ghana cedis. When the machines go to Ghana, then the dollar rate is now 11 cedis. Should I reduce my prices, or what should I do? It's a risk. It can even happen that you can put your money into some business and the business may not even stand time. So you look at the risk. So some of us are here to help you to do the market, the risk analysis and the matrices to understand what risk of business you need to look at. And then we look at the legal and tax implication. Entrepreneurs have issue. They start business very well without considering any legal issue. They don't register their businesses. Those who have registered their businesses, they don't even look at the tax implications. What are the legal issues? When you start a business and still are doing well, please register as an enterprise. Register that business. You don't know when an offer will come and it will tell that you need your business certificate to register you as a vendor for a company, and now you are going around asking for people. When you open to register an enterprise or like a limited liability, then you can go to the bank to go to Shadrach. Can you have a business account? They'll open it for you. So you start saving your money or start putting your money into that account. Then you look at the tax implication. I'm dealing with the issue now. A client started a business about 5 years ago on a small scale, and after 5 years, now big. And now GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority officers went there to do an audit for the 5 years, and now he has to pay a tax liability of 3.2 million Ghana cedis. Look, every entrepreneur should start thinking about tax. When you are doing business and you are supposed to pay some tax, please do pay. Where you need an assistant, that's what some of us that the GAP consult is there to assist you in doing those things. Do not wait to evade taxes for a number of years, and then the government or the GRA guys will get to you after some years and then now do audit, and you struggle to even pay off those liability. When you start a business where you need to pay your taxes, you start paying your taxes. This is a challenge that most entrepreneurs have. When they start business, they don't think about taxes. All that they think is money, money, money to themselves. Forgetting that if you don't put your books in place, You don't record your sales. You don't record your expenses. You don't pay the taxes that you have to pay, the income tax at the end of the day. You don't file for your taxes. The GRA authority or Ghana Revenue Authority officers will one day change you to for the taxes. So please, this is a big challenge. So let's look at it now. If we need assistance, some of us are here to help in able to resolve those issues. The final part of my presentation is the tips for maintaining multiple income streams. What are the tips? What things do you do to maintain? God has blessed you with 3 businesses. So you need to start thinking of how to maintain them. Sustainability of the business is what we are looking at. What is balance your time? Some people will start businesses and they're doing well. They are working, they have 2 businesses, they have shops here, and they do not have time for some of them. I remember I met a client, and over a year, he has not stepped at this warehouse. The day we did an audit at the warehouse, we realized that some items were stolen by the workers, which he didn't know. So let's balance our time. If I work out between hours of 8 and 5 is your working hours for the company. After 5 and you have a shop, please make time to go to a shop. Look at the things your guys are doing. Look at the books, look at the sales, as of the receivables, as of the payables, those who are owing the company, those who are owing, check all the list, the items out of the inventory, check, have time. Pay people to come and do inventory check for you. These are the things you need to make time for all these businesses. Do not think that, oh, they are making money for me, so everything is okay. Please, let's balance our time to be able to manage a business very well. Stay educated. The world is evolving. We are changing. Things are changing. Technologies are coming up. When you start a business, your business is not always being at the shop. Learn about the social media handles. How do I create content? How do I get somebody to manage my social media handle for me? How do I talk? That's good for that. I'm very happy that this platform is there for you to learn. Sometimes some of us we have to pay for other workshops to go to learn how to even talk to clients, how to manage clients, how to manage customers, how do we control our temperament, how do we learn all these things, because it's part of business. And business is not only about there's an item, it's about you. How do you carry yourself? I walked into a shop to buy something. I went there and the lady selling not well dressed, the kids were sitting on the floor, they were like disorganized. As soon as I entered, I looked around and I said, oh, madam. So I just walked out because of the presentation I saw there. So please, let's look at how we're able to learn things to make us place us on top of the business. Let's monitor and review. Yes, Shadrach mentioned that you do not start business and you don't monitor your sales, you don't monitor your expenses, you don't review your performance. Please, let's do that. On quarterly basis, you can pick up your sales and compare. Last year, I made a sales of this S amount. This year, I've made another S, Y amount. What are the differences? What is keeping me? Maybe the shop girl is not doing well. Maybe your social content, the things that you put there are not attractive. So you need to review your system, monitor your performance, and then you'll be able to improve upon it. That's what we call continuous improvement. And then we need to track and separate finances. Look, do not put all your money in terms of businesses that you have into one account. I chanced onto a lady that GRA guys were chasing her for some liabilities. And all that I realized that she has 3 big businesses and every sales were paid to one account. So when they pick the bank statement, then they ask, oh, you have this, you have that. And even a personal money were also passing through the company account. So please have separate accounts. That's why you need an accountant to help you to prepare your account every year for you. So Gap Consult, we are there to do that for you. So you can come to us, we can prepare account, or you can employ an accountant if you can to prepare the account for you every time to know how your business are going. You can track your expenses. Do not use your pocket money for the business. Whilst you don't even know what your business, your earnings you are getting, please don't look at that side. So track it, have your books, everything. So bookkeeping, as Shadrach said, you have to have the accounting systems also to help you in dealing with this. Reinvest profit strategically. Some people make good profit and then they start thinking about buying cars, doing show off, buying dresses, now eating from different restaurants in Accra, Kumasi, Tapa, showing off to friends. Look, we don't do that. Reinvest your profit into the business. I can use the case of Kwame Despite. Those who have gone to his museum, the car museum, look, he's making good money out of that venture. He has so much money now. He has put it into something that he thinks that future, when he goes up, he should go and stay there. But currently, he's making good money. I think when he goes there, it's like 200 Ghana per person. And look at the number of people that walks into that place on a daily basis. You count it and you tell her, look, this man will make money again. Look at Elon Musk. Look at the owners of Facebook. They are reinvesting their profit into the business to expand. But with the Ghanaian mentality entrepreneur, all that he wants, he get money, he wants to do the biggest, have the biggest wedding in Takwa, have the biggest wedding in Accra, show off everybody that yes, I'm the one doing this business. No, we don't do that. You put your big profit back to expand. Maybe you have one shop, you want to expand to the second shop, the third shop. Maybe you want to go into other businesses. For instance, now if you look at this very well, I can use the case of Mospaka Company Limited. He has the Mospaka, now he has a Mediema FM. So he used Mediema FM to promote the Mospaka product. The same way he's using the Mediema FM to promote the Mediema Sporting Club. So you see, he has put back the profit into other ventures. Now he's making gains. Look at the normal money he has to pay to other FM stations to even promote his product. That would have been big money. Now, instead of paying that money to them, now he has his own FM station and they are doing that work for him. So let's invest our money back into the business. Do not take the profit away. Do not use it for show off. Do not use for your personal means, but try and build a business from that angle. And then build a support. Do not rely solely on yourself. As a business expands, then you get people to support you. In some businesses, you need to get lawyers to assist you. In some business, you need accountants to come and assist you. In some business, you need the bankers to advise you. Some business, you even need some facilities. So you can walk to Car Bank and walk to Shadrach and say, Shadrach, I'm going to this venture. I need a capital. Can you assist me? Can you advise me on the loan? Can you advise my facility that I can? Look, this is the time you need to build your support. You can even, you need to build a support from friends. Businesses can start with friends and it can grow. So have your friends to buy your things and you'll be doing well. On this note, I want to pause here and I want to thank the participants for listening. And if there are questions and comments, they can ask. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Bobson. And please, let's appreciate him with a round of reactions. And also, if you have any questions, you can just raise your hand and I will call you to ask your questions. Okay, I see there are some questions in the chat. And Mr. Shadrach has answered the first one. So the second question is from Bright Kwanzaa. And he's asking that as an engineer with little to no knowledge of financial management and limited funds to hire a financial professional, what advice can you offer me for managing my business finances? And please, Mr. Bobson, can you help us with this?
I think the question, as an engineer with a little no knowledge. Okay. As an engineer, yes, you have two ways to do it. One, you can read books. You can go online and read a lot on financial management. You can attend workshops as we are doing. And then the second one, you need to get a financial consultant to assist you. You need to get a financial consultant. Your friend can be an accountant or a financial consultant, can talk to a person to assist you, or you need a professional person to guide you through. And that's the only way we can resolve this issue. You know, some universities, I think UMass has even introduced that now engineering courses, they are adding finance syllables and other stuff into it so that people can able to learn those things. So you have two ways, as I said. Yes, you can read more, you can attend workshops, or you can get a friend who is into financial management, and then the person can assist you and advise you in able to do that. Or you can contact some of us, and then we look at what you want at a little fee, and then we probably assist you in doing that. If I've answered you well, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Some of us asked our questions through the form we were asked to fill, and there's a question here: how should new employees manage their first earnings? Mr. Shadrach, please, can you help us with this question?
Please come again.
How should new employees manage their first earnings?
First earnings.
Yes,
All right.
please.
So I don't know if the person has been listening to me for the I think 4 or 3 sessions of this webinar. I have something I call saving rule. Okay. So we have the 50, 30, 20 rule, right? So maybe if it's your first earning, you have 50%, you have to divide the money into 50%, 30%, and 20%. And usually, if the 50% is higher, you can still do it 40, 10, 40, 30, 20, 10 rule. Okay, and I don't know if the person is a Christian. If the person is a Christian, the person must pay his or her tithe. That's the 10th. So you calculate 10% of your first earning. You pay your tithe 10%. Then 20% if you are owing someone, you used to pay it. Then 30% is for your savings, your personal savings. Then 40% out of your first earning will be what you'll be relying on. So you can do it either 50, 30, 20 rule or the 40, 30, 20, 10 rule. I don't know if I've been able to answer the question. Thank you.
Thank you. There's also another question, but this time it's also about savings. But this time the person is asking what percentage is ideal for savings for a startup.
So let me also ask the person, is the person working?
Yes, if the person is working.
If not, then I think the ideal way to save is to gather some funds gradually. It should be in bit by bit. Okay, maybe if today you've gotten 1,000 cedis, you can set aside, they say 400 cedis, and you spend the 600. Then you put the 400 there as your seed capital. The next time you get another funds, maybe you can even start a business with the 400. Trust me. Thank you.
Thank you too. Please, is there anybody with a question here? Okay, so someone's also asking, how do I get an investor to support my new business ideas? How do I get an investor to support my new business ideas? And Mr. Bobson, please, can you help us with this question?
Thank you, Emma. When you say investor, it's a big thing. Investor in terms of supporting your business, or investor bringing money, or what? That's where you need to find. You need to look at it first. You can have an investor who may not put in money, but what the person may do is give you some resources. So, for instance, you want to start selling rice, bag of rice, or bags of rice, and then you go to the person and tell them, look, I want to start bags of rice. And say, okay, I'll get you 10 bags of rice to sell. He's an investor. So you need to package yourself well. What do you want to do? Present to people. Maybe the person may not even put in money, but he can give you the resources. An investor can even say that, okay, I'm giving you a shop to start your business. It's an investor. Or you need to prepare a business proposal where you outline everything that you want to do, your vision, your mission, your management structure, everything, and then you present to an institution. So I have a client who was going to real estate, and then one rural bank want to support. So the bank now want to put in some money with other investors. So we now have to prepare a case for him. Then we need to prepare a business plan, business proposal, and then we present it to the investors and the bank. So that, that's another way of getting it. Your friends can be your investors. Maybe you want to do this business, you tell them, look, guys, I want you to handle this thing for me. Okay, I'll get you 10 cities, I'll get you 20 cities, I'll get you 50 cities. When you do it for a month or two, you pay it back. It's a form of investment, but you to come with an returns that you need to pay something to the person. So let's ask ourselves, what investor are you looking at? When you know what your investors are, you're looking for investors, then you're able to package yourself, either a business proposal, you have to go to them and talk to them. You need an expert to assist you in putting down some proposal for you, or how to get an approach to get this investor or somebody to support your business. Why not? So these are the approaches I'll mention out. Thank you.
Thank you. So the last question, how do I make sales on a digital product in online marketing? Mr. Bobson, please, can you take this one as well? How do I make sales on digital products in online marketing?
How do you make sales? Good. So first, you have to create a content. You need to have a social media handle where your handle does not violate the social media ethics. And two, you need to have an account. Some social media handle like the TikTok, you need to have your mobile money or bank account number to it. So the number of viewers or likes will earn you some dollars, and they will pay to that account. That's another way. So the content that you create, and then when you achieve the number of viewers, the number of likes, or the number of likes, then you get that money. That's where you get from the social media handles. And then for yourself, for instance, if you are selling bags, ladies' bags, and then you go on social media and you mention out the quality of the bag, you're able to convince people. People will call you, can I make an order? Can I make an order? Yes, you make an order, you give your Momo money, they pay the money to your Momo, and then that's where you can see making money. So these are the ways of doing that. And you have to place your contacts there so that people can reach you. So those who go on social media and then they put no phone number. How can a person reach you? So put your phone number there. I mean, phone number that people can reach you. Some people put their friends and brothers and sisters, their phone numbers there, and they'll be calling them that, oh, we want this thing. Can I call him to call you? No. Put the number there. And I know how those guys to the fraud guys are also doing on social media. So please be genuine. So either you use a content that you can get more views or likes to make some dollars from the social media platforms, or you have to create a content that can sell, people can reach you and buy from you or take services from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sally is asking, Mr. Shadrach, please, can you help us with this one? How best can one manage his or her capital and interest of a business?
Please come again.
How best can one manage his or her capital and interest of a business?
All right. So let me start with the first one. How best you can manage your capital. I said during my presentation that you should be transparent to your finance. Okay, you should have a real-time access to your financial data. In order for you to manage your capital, you need to have access to your financial data. And the data I mentioned, your cash position. You need to know your cash position, how much money you are making out of the capital. Secondly, you need to know your receivables, where your money is going out or where you are getting your money outside. You need to know your receivables. And out of the capital, you've used some of the capital to buy stuff, of which you need to monitor your sales against your target. You need to monitor your sales against your target, and also have a critical metrics for the business. Know how many customers you are generating a week, how many your customer retention rate, how many customers are you retaining in order for you to increase your revenue. I don't know if the answer is clear. So that is the best way you can monitor or use your capital wisely. All right, thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. I just want to say a big thank you to our speakers, Mr. Shadrach Ehurin and Mr. Godfred Bobson. We are really grateful for the insights you shared with us this evening. And thank you to the participants as well, and to the organizers of this entrepreneurship workshop. I'd like to call Mr. Daniel Iwusi to give us the closing remarks.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Please,
Good
can you hear me?
evening. Yeah.
Hello, please, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello. Okay,
Mr.
good
Daniel,
evening,
please, you are
everyone.
audible.
I hope you all I hope you all had a wonderful session as I did here. I would like you to use this opportunity to express our heartfelt appreciation. First and foremost, our sincere gratitude goes to NHuB for making this event possible. Now, our second gratitude goes to our distinguished speakers from yesterday today. In fact, your presentation, your valuable experience, and your practical wisdom you have shared has really made our day. And we say a very big thank you to you all. Now, we cannot go without thanking our distinguished audience who made this webinar a success. We say thank you so much for joining this webinar. And we are looking more to have wonderful session as the day go by. Thank you all for joining.
All right. Thank you to Mr. Daniel Iwusi. He's the business lead for NHuB. And thank you once again to all of you so much for joining, and thank you to the speakers as well. Let's take our closing prayer. Father, we are grateful for a wonderful session. Thank you that you saw it to a wonderful end. We pray that whatever we have learned this evening, the Father, you remind us of it and you help us to practice it. In Jesus' name, I've prayed with thanksgiving. Amen. Amen. Thank you all so much for joining. Please have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Lift your hands wherever you are and declare that Jesus is enough. Yeah. Thank you, Lord. I've climbed the mountains, crossed the seas. I've found no other love like this. You are the treasure that I have. In you I'm truly satisfied. Jesus, you're my everything. You're the light that shines through me. You are the treasure that I have. In you I'm truly satisfied. The Jesus that I know is enough for me. The Jesus that I know is enough for me. Come on, can we sing it together? I've climbed the mountains, I found no other love like this. You are the treasure. And you are truly Jesus, you're my every. You are the light that shines through me. You are the treasure that I have. And you are truly. Come on, lift your voice. The Jesus that I know. Yes, sir. Oh, come on, welcome Mr. Civils. Yeah. The Come on. The Jesus that I have is enough. He's okay. The Jesus that I have is enough for me. You are sufficient for me. Yeah, listen up. Hey, you are more than life to me. You are everything and more. You are the treasure that I have in your arms today. Satisfied. You are more than life to me. You are everything, everything and more. You are the treasure that I have in your arms today. Come on, you are more than life to me. You are everything and more. You are the treasure inside of me. Inside of me. Yes, sir. Please satisfy. You are more than life to me. You are everything and more. You are the treasure that I have in your soul. The Jesus that I know is enough for It's so okay. It's so okay. The Jesus that I have. Hey, it's so okay. It's so okay. Hey, the Jesus. Hey, oh, Tomio. Tesutimo. Oh, Tofu. Antonio, Tesutimo, come on, Antonio, Tesutimo.